Everyone guess his zodiac sign. I mean, I want to know how many people plan on eating at least plant-based in the next couple of weeks or for the next couple of weeks after watching these live streams because I had another guest yesterday and I really think that these live streams can help people for the better. So, yeah. Does being vegan help mental health? Like release grogginess?
That's a good question. Does it help with mental health?
Mhm.
I'd say it can definitely help with like uh, the core thing with a lot of mental health is what you focus on, what you dwell on. But it can definitely help give you a bit more energy to control your thoughts and stay on top of things like that. Especially if you're eating more carbohydrates, drinking enough water, going to bed early, all that
Mhm.
sort of stuff will help a lot. Being able to control your own thoughts.
Mhm. I just think that also, like, we're holistic beings, and when we consume murdered animals who have suffered, experienced cruelty and pain, it's just not good for our holistic core to just consume that every day. But that's more of a philosophical question, not scientific. And I think also,
Yeah. Well, it makes a lot of sense.
yeah, yeah.
Self.
hmm But what about like I think maybe okay, so I'm gonna say this. Being vegan helps with alertness, and vegans are known to have high amounts of energy because it's easy on our digestive system. And I've always made this comparison when a snake consumes a very large animal like a dingo dog, it just lays there for weeks digesting the giant animal that it just ate. Or maybe if a python like eats a very large rodent, it's going to lay there for a couple of weeks digesting because it's exhausting its digestive system. And I feel like when you eat animal products that the body just isn't naturally designed to digest, you become tired and groggy. Whereas when you're vegan, eating phytonutrients like fruits, vegetables, leafy greens, and carbohydrates, you have more energy. And I've noticed this. I noticed that right off the bat the first day I was vegan, I slowly had more and more increased amounts of energy.
Yeah, 100%. You have heaps of energy compared to most people. You're absolutely banging it out on social media, and yeah, definitely 100%. Digestion is key. So drinking water, you'll have even better digestion. If like you cut out the nuts and stuff like that as well. But
Mhm.
yeah, because like they then the fatty food can also take a long time to break down, like the meat. But you're already there basically. You know,
Mhm.
so
So I notice though when I eat high amounts
yeah,
of fat, I feel tired after I eat. But if I eat something plain with no fat, I don't get tired. Like I just had 3 little mini oranges and I don't feel tired. But if I were to like make broccoli and rice and cook the rice in water, I'm gonna experiment and see if I get tired. But when I make rice with oil, that might be what makes me tired, the oil. Why does fat make you tired?
yeah, yeah. So it's causing insulin. Predict it exactly because when you eat dietary fat, it has some resistance for at least like 48 hours. So like if you have boiled potatoes, but then yesterday you ate heaps of fatty food, you could actually get the negative effects from the food you ate yesterday. After you eat the baked. So
How?
it could be a little bit hard to do that test.
How?
The dietary fat just stays in this. Basically, you have all insulin receptor sites everywhere in your body, as well as just everywhere else that will absorb dietary fat. Normally, it would prefer to absorb glycogen, but it's just hard for the body to really process and burn through that fat. That's why a lot of people like get on the caffeine because all sorts of things that will speed up the digestion and the metabolism